Take this job and shove it. I ain't working here no more. Everybody's working for the weekend. Taking care of business every day. Now it's wow, 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 wow. Welcome to the working week.
Working 9 to 5, what a way to make a living.
Minimum wage.
Okay, you're listening to a special Christmas edition of the Working Lunch. I'm Jeff Turgeon,
And I'm Sean McGauley.
and we're your hosts for this show. As I mentioned, it's special Christmas Day edition. Now, we're not coming to you live.
All right, we're a couple days earlier.
As dedicated as we are to the job, we're taping this actually a couple weeks before Christmas.
in Studio B at wonderful WCUW.
That's right. We're out of our normal studio. We're in the alternative studio, if you will, Studio B, and we are very happy that we have access to the fine facilities here and have an ability to put together our production, even though our normal home and Studio A is not available to
Yeah,
us.
Troy and the staff here at WCW are very accommodating, and I'd like to give a quick shout out and thank you to him and his staff.
He's been it's just been a great job working with him, Judy Warren and Jessica Jakes and all the team at WCW and the government channel.
Yeah.
Who always makes us look so fabulous. Right?
Right.
So special Christmas edition show.
Yeah.
I think the question is, and again we're coming to folks on the radio on Christmas Day.
Right.
So it's kind of like already happening, but since we are taping this a little bit ahead of time, are you done your shopping yet?
Actually, I'm going out tonight, Jeff. I've got a special trip planned. I think I'm going out to Northborough Crossing to get a couple things for my wife. I've got a couple Yankee swap gifts I have to get. And then, as you and I have talked, I've got a couple joke gifts that I
Joke gifts, funny ha-ha kind of joke
Yeah,
gifts.
yeah. To really mix up the Yankee swap.
Now, again, we're not going to be showing this until after, it'll be on the TV after Christmas, on the radio during. So I think we're safe to talk about what we're planning.
Yeah.
I mean,
guess
as long as
so,
no
yeah.
one leaks this out, Jessica, Dr. Z, as long as you guys
Looks
don't
like
leak this out.
Bob Z's lips are sealed over there.
I'm getting my wife a new car, a Lexus.
Wow.
Yeah.
A new car.
Unless something happens and I don't get that, I don't hit that lottery that I think of. She actually thought I was serious about that. No, I'm just a lowly government employee. I am not able to get
My cousin's wife, many years ago, about 1997, he came home, and after they had dinner, she said, "Let's go out to the garage." And there in the garage was a brand new Saab with a big bow on it.
Wow. You see
Did the
those
whole-
commercials,
yeah, did the whole
you know?
big bow and everything. Now, do you
Oh,
get that
you
from
gotta
the
do the
deal-
bow.
Do you get that from the dealership, or do they give you that if you buy it? Like, all right, I'll tell you what, I'll throw in the bow.
Yeah.
And now is it a
that's
deal? Is it a
you
deal
know?
now?
See, you don't, no longer around Christmas do you kick the tires. What you do is you look at the bow to see if it's right for the car.
Under the bow, there's just like a big hole in the like roof of the
Crack
car.
in the
right?
windshield to put
Oh,
the
you don't
bow
need to
right-
see on it. It comes with a bow.
You know, it's funny you talk about the Christmas surprises. This morning, I was in the bedroom and I was in the closet getting ready for work. And
Did you
and
discover?
I was asking my wife, come here. I need your help with something. And she comes in and she's just like, oh, there's no Christmas surprise. But I needed her to pick out a tie for
And
me.
she
I
thought-
needed something to match.
But
And
Christmas
she
surprise-
because she's like,
Like
what
2
would you
weeks
need
ahead.
help? I'm
Yeah, like
like,
2 weeks ahead of time.
my
though?
wife is a little.
Sean,
Well, that's like even in the office, right? In the office, sometimes Sean will call me and be like, "Hey, can you come down? Can you come down here and help me with a
And Jeff's
project?" And I'm like,
expecting to pay.
"Okay, yeah, this is
There
the
was
surprise
no-
party, isn't it?"
there was no way Sean's
So we're
dear,
always surprising.
there's no way Sean's dear wife could find the tie to match the shirt he is wearing.
Oh,
I couldn't find one. She pulled out this green one. For those on the
Oh, that's a sweater. Oh, I thought it.
Kermit,
okay.
the Kermit green.
that is a very green sweater, but
Well,
you know it goes.
I
down
really
with the
wanted to
Christmas
put
theme.
a red tie on.
I
to
should
go
be
with
wearing a
the
red. I have a
theme,
red
but
sweater at home. I should have wore a red, and we
Yeah.
would really look a little bit garish. But
next year.
it is next year.
Next year.
Next year. Darn it. So, So shopping is planned for tonight.
Tonight, yep.
Joke gifts. What are you getting for joke gifts? Anything good?
Well, like as we discussed, we were going to do the sock collectors
yeah,
guild
That's right.
of America. So we're going to put a shadow box together with a sock of, I think, Vanilla Ice.
So there's a there's a little backstory to this. There is
this is
a
Jeff's idea.
sock collectors. People collect all sorts of things out there, right? You know, and you've got collectors clubs. So people that collect baseball cards or old books or Civil War mementos. There's kind of like societies and clubs that get together. So there's one such, and they collect famous people's socks.
Right.
That's what they collect. And so it's the Sock Collectors
Guild of
Guild
America.
of America.
Yep.
SCGOA.
Yep.
The SCGOA. I mean, so
It's a household name.
so you're getting membership to the SCGOA
Yeah,
with
I
a
mean-
starter kit that includes
Vanilla Ice's sock.
Vanilla Ice's sock.
And
And that's a
it's-
pretty good starter.
It's really the gift that keeps
Sock.
on giving, because with the membership, you start out with a Vanilla Ice sock, and then who knows? Next thing you know, you might have.
I've got a cousin in the guild, and he's got about 36 socks at home.
Yeah.
I mean, he's got a Gerald Ford,
Yeah.
President Gerald Ford.
Wow.
He's got one of his. Yeah.
But it would definitely have to be the right foot. You like that one, huh? He's even right.
He's
even
writing it down,
that
I think.
down.
Who's writing that one down?
It would definitely have to be the right. It couldn't be a left foot. Left.
Well, he's got some musicians. He's got who's the guy that used to be
Does he have an Elvis sock?
hey, if he had an Elvis sock, do you think he'd be just regular guy? Come on. He's not.
Does he want a Jimmy Sturr stock?
Jimmy do you have a Jimmy Sturr sock?
we could
Are
get
you in a
one.
guild?
We can find
You
Jimmy
a
Sturr.
socky?
Are you a socky? So and
We-
these are
we
all
could-
certified
no.
socks too. That's the nice thing. You
right.
know you're
Yeah.
actually getting it's a bona fide, certified, authenticated
Yeah.
sock.
I'll give Jimmy a call.
So one of my family
could get
members
his sock.
will be getting the collector sock.
That's beautiful.
Starter sock.
Doom 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 doom. Stop. Let me check my sock. I think is that how it goes?
I think it's sock. Collaborate and listen.
He's like sock. He's like stop. No, seriously, stop the music. I gotta fix my sock.
How about
that's
yourself,
great.
Jeff? You're shopping all done? Or
Well,
that car, you got the bow on it already?
yeah, I wish, boy, that'd be nice. So we're doing. I've got to get some. I've still got to go get it.
Yeah.
Mentally though, I've
That's
got
the
the
hardest
list
part,
together.
is to
I've got
mentally
the
get it
list
together.
So I do have big gonna get a new microwave.
Ooh.
Ooh, that's pretty romantic
That's
too,
good.
right? Yeah.
That's good. You got to get the one with the popcorn setting. I love our microwave has like a popcorn button. So it takes the guesswork out. There's also like a,
Well, does it sense the kernels or when it stops?
I don't know, but it's
popping?
like a perfect pop. every
Because we have a popcorn button, but it's like 4 minutes. It's just 4 minutes. It doesn't matter if you put in. So it'll burn it if you don't watch it. You still have to be there to know if
Yeah.
it pops. We've gone stovetop, to be honest with you. Just old fashioned. Here's what you just take a pot,
Mm-hmm.
put some oil in, some kernels, some pop, and then a lid, and then they pop. You put the heat on, and you just shake it a little bit.
Yeah.
It's fun.
It's funny you say that. We have last year's Christmas swap gift was a whirly pop, which is basically what you said. It's like a pot, and then it's got a crank handle on it, and it spins all the kernels around. So they
Almost
don't
like
burn, yeah.
like at the movie theater. It's got
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
That must be awesome.
It is great. It is great.
For a Yankee swap one year at a former organization, what we did was an white elephant swap.
What's
Well,
the
that's
white
basically how I treat every Yankee swap, but okay.
Is that
And it was fun.
So that's like gifts no one wanted, right?
Give snow and water, things
Yeah.
around the house. And
Yes, Sarah's work is doing that.
All right, so speaking of gifts no one wanted, there's the famous Rudolph special, right, with the Island of Misfit Toys there,
Yeah.
right? What's your favorite? Do you have a favorite show? Favorite holiday show?
Man, that's a tough one.
That's
I
like
always
you got Frosty,
enjoy.
You got Rudolph.
Are you talking classics? Because my
the
immediate thought went
the
to
Grinch.
my immediate thought went to the Saturday Night Live Christmas special. I think that's hilarious.
Well, okay.
Watch it every year. But as far as like a classic traditional one, I don't know. What about you, Bob?
Do you have? Yeah.
I like the White Christmas. The one
Which one's that?
Where Bing Crosby sings White Christmas.
Oh,
but
no,
I don't know.
Little Bing Crosby.
But I don't know the name of the. the name of the.
Well, we're gonna be getting the band back together. Have a little show there.
And how about you, Jeff? What's
Little
yours?
White Christmas there. Ooh, that's something. Hey, is that the one with the Colonel? They put on a show for the Colonel. The Colonel, he's got his business up in Vermont. He's gonna help out the Colonel.
That's right. Yeah, that's
Who's
a
that? Is Dean
seasonal-
Kelly
that's
in
a-
that? Who's it's him?
No,
Who's his
it is-
sidekick? Danny
it-
Kaye. Danny Kaye.
Kaye.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, that's right. And they're on the train with the ladies.
Yes, they are.
Well, that's right. Oh, what are you up to now, there, Danny boy? Got some friends on the train, huh? Wait a minute. What are you up to now? That's pretty good. I've been working on that
I've never
one.
seen that, but that sounds good.
I annoy my family with that all the time. So how about worst ones? You got any that you really hate? And by the way, I'm a big fan of the Grinch one. I
You
think
like the
that's,
Grinch?
Oh, that's a top
Today-
one. To me, is like a perfect thing. In Charlie Brown, I love the Charlie
Charlie
Brown
Brown
because
was
it's such a good take on society and the materialism of society,
A
right?
friend on Facebook forwarded. They have a statue of the Grinch in the front yard.
They
And
put,
the
yeah.
statue of the Grinch in the front yard, and the lights go halfway along the house, and then they drop down and go right to the Grinch.
Oh, that's good. That's good.
And
That's good.
So he only had to decorate half of the house
Oh, that is good.
because the Grinch stole Christmas.
Oh, I
That's a
get
great
it.
idea.
It was neat. It was really neat to
That's
see
a great
that.
one. Was it? Is it Burl Ives? Who's the narrator for that? No, it's not. It's another classic. Boris Karloff. That's
there we
see. You need to. Can you?
Hey,
Can, we get a, can
Jeff.
you like look into the mirror or something? Because we need to.
I know.
Jeff.
Acknowledge the camera.
Yeah.
There's an occupation for you in the near future is doing voiceovers. There's
Oh,
a lot of money in the
absolutely.
voiceover stuff.
That should be. We should highlight that job in a future.
We should
Working
interview someone a
Yeah, I think that'd
voiceover
be-
specialist.
I'd like to hear about that job.
Yeah.
That'd be pretty
One
cool.
of the most famous one probably was Mel Blanc's right. That's all, folks. Right?
Are you just gonna rattle through like all these? Just keep doing impressions.
I just might. I have a few more on those. You know, here's the worst one. I hate this holiday special. So it came out. I think it came out. You know that whole Rankin Bass production. You know, you've got like all that. It's like claymation kind of.
Oh yeah.
Right.
Yep.
So you got the Rudolph. You've got the one with Santa, and you've got like all like the kind of the classic ones we remember as being pretty good. They came out with one with Baby New Year. And like the Baby New Year, they make fun of him because he's got big ears, and he goes off and he hides, and then they have to go find him, and they're going through all these like it's like the islands of time or something, of time forgotten or time
Oh,
past,
yeah. No, I haven't seen
right?
that. Yeah.
And they've got to get him back before midnight on New Year's, or else the Baby New Year won't be there to start the New Year.
Yeah.
Horrible. Just
Sounds like a great plot
Oh,
to me.
yeah, it sounds pretty
sounds
good.
great.
Does Ben Franklin makes an appearance? This
Wow.
doesn't ring a bell. There's like
No.
there's like an evil like hawk or something, no, evil like vulture that's like chasing them and horrible.
What's it?
Oh,
What's it
it's the
called? again?
worst. I don't know.
No.
You know, maybe Baby
to
New
look-
Year. We'll have to look it up during the break and,
Yeah.
and come back to this. I can't tell you how much I'm repulsed by it. I think it's like an hour long too. It's not like a short one. It's like an hour long. So, speaking of an hour long, our show today.
Our rant.
Today's rant brought to you by Bing Crosby.
And almost the first quarter is over.
Jeez, it goes too quick.
It does go too quick.
Yep.
We do have a special guest that we're going to go to in a minute.
Yeah,
A special interview that we did. Any holiday traditions that you guys do that we might want to? Why don't you think about it? We're going to come back to it. Why don't we now go to? We did do an interview, and this is great. I can't believe we actually got this done. A long time, about 6 months ago, we had reached out to the folks at the North Pole to see if we could get an interview with Santa. And of course, as always, this is a busy time of year, but we were able to kind of work it out. And we also, the nice thing was, we had them look at the relationship between Santa's work and some tips around
Right.
what you could take from that. And this was compiled originally by our good friends over at AOL.com who had put this out there. So we want to thank them for helping promote this topic. So, are you ready to go with it?
Yep.
All right, so we're going to show our interview with Santa Claus himself.
All
All right, we're here now with perhaps our most famous guest, Santa Claus. Santa, can you hear me?
Ho, ho, ho! It's a little noisy here. We're really busy.
Yeah.
Ho, ho. Maybe, Sean, let me close the door to the workshop.
Sure, Santa. That sounds good.
Is it better now, Santa?
Better now. Nice and quiet, Santa.
Oh!
So we're recording this a couple weeks early, and it sounds like you're gearing up for Christmas. It sounds like you got the elves working overtime in there.
Oh, yes. We have about 12, 13 days left, and I'm really busy.
So I understand. I appreciate you taking a couple minutes away from the busy schedule to give us our job seekers a couple job search tips.
I can do that.
Great. So what do you got for us?
All right. I was doing an interview with Tom Morrison. Oh, what a nice boy he is. He's going to get a lot of presents.
He's on the nice list?
AOL.com. And we have some tips like, some really good things on being able to adapt.
Oh, okay. So, yeah,
Well, that's right. You've been around, a couple hundred years now. I'm sure you've made a lot of adaptation, a lot of things that you've had to change over the years.
yeah, lots changed technology-wise, toy-wise. The internet's now available. So
Now, I had heard, in fact, that when you first started Santa, your elves only had to make, like, wooden toys and...
Oh, yeah, with wooden hammers. We were really busy. It was a little slower process at that time. Oh, yeah.
So how this would relate to job seekers is to, there's a lot of new technologies out there, so some of the older workforce
you have to adapt. and
learn new technologies. So that's a great tip.
Oh, yeah,
Santa.
you got stuff like Twitter and Monster and LinkedIn, all that stuff. You really got to know how to adapt to that.
Boy, you really keep up on Santa. That's
Oh,
great.
up in the North Pole, we hear all about that.
So Santa, what else? Do you have any other tips?
Well, while you're adapting, you really have to really stick to the best of you.
Oh, okay.
In order to bring that out, it's really important. Like, I always rely on my reindeers and I rely on my elves to really help out with this whole process.
Well, that's great. And as you said, stick to the best of you. I mean, really, it sounds like what you're saying, Santa, is that while there might be some new tools out there, like Twitter and Monster and use of electronic tools, you still want to maintain the core element of what you are and what you bring to the table.
Right. Really know your core strengths and stick with those.
Oh yeah, and you really have to know how to bring it out too in all the ways, so the people really want to hire you.
That's good advice, Santa. Thank you. And now, you had some other tips?
Okay, you really have to remember to research things.
Oh,
You have to know all about the company. You have to know really about yourself in order to bring the best forward.
Well, and speaking of research, I mean, you've got quite a list that you put together every year, I imagine. You're quite a data-driven organization, Santa.
Well, you have to be, You have to know who's naughty and also who's nice.
And I hear, Santa, that you check that list not once, but twice.
Oh, sometimes more than that. Those old songs, you check it once or twice, 3 times, 4 times. You have to be accurate.
Right.
I know,
right.
Sean, you wouldn't want to get something that you really didn't want.
Right.
Well, Santa, I didn't want to bring it up here in the interview, but there was a case back in 1973.
You remember back that far?
Well, I didn't quite get what I wanted. My parents told me maybe I wasn't good enough. I'm thinking maybe you made a mistake on that list that year. What do you think?
Well, sometimes we slip up.
Well,
I try not to.
Well, thank you. That makes me feel better. Because I knew I had been good that year, Santa.
Yeah, you might find it under your tree this year.
Hey,
There you go.
Excellent.
There you go.
I could use that big wheel.
Oh, that's what it was. I thought you wanted that BB gun.
I'm afraid I'll shoot my eye out.
The neighbors would be afraid.